Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's Screwball Toy Hunts back here with another Marvel, let me rephrase myself, a Star Wars Black Series review. So used to saying Marvel, I caught myself there. Today we're going to be reviewing Sabine Wren from Ahsoka. I'm very excited for this one. I can't believe I actually found it in the wild, but yeah. So before we get into that, thank you guys so much for joining me on this video today. Can we get a minimum of, let's get 100 likes. 100 likes on this video would be awesome to help this channel grow. And speaking of growing the channel, we're doing a giveaway. So at 3,000 subscribers, we are going to be giving away a Marvel Legend of your choosing. All you got to do is be publicly subscribed, like this video, turn on the post notifications for all the content on the channel, which there's plenty of. And last, but certainly not least, leave a comment in the comment section on your favorite memory of all time with Marvel Legends. And I'll pick the winner once we hit 3,000 subscribers. So there's that. There is that. And let's get into it. So like I said, I am very surprised that I found this figure. And if you want to know where I got it at GameStop. And look at this, man. I just want to show this off real quick. Look at this cool bag that they gave me. For Spider-Man 2, it comes out next Friday. Look at this, man. Look how cool that is. I'm actually going to keep this. Look how cool this bag is. It's actually a pretty sturdy bag, too. So if you get these at GameStop, you could definitely, like, reuse this for something. I don't know what you could reuse it for. Maybe put your, like, accessories in, maybe. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out maybe, like, a storage device. I don't know. But either way, I picked this up at GameStop today. As you see here, there's the tag. I don't record in GameStop, so if you guys are wondering if there's a toy hunt of this, there is not. Because for whatever reason, they do not like when I am recording there. I don't know why, but every time I go there, they just like stare me down. But either way, this is from the brand new Ahsoka show on Disney Plus that just came out, and it's of course the whole season now is on Disney Plus. You can watch it if you haven't started yet. I personally enjoyed it. I think it's the second best Disney Plus show for Star Wars that they've done, aside from Mandalorian. Of course, Mandalorian's going to easily be #1, but this is probably by far the most sought-after figure in the set. So there's Ezra Bridger, Ahsoka, Sabine Wren, and some, like, trooper of some sort in some red outfit. I don't know the exact name of it, but here we got Sabine Wren. On the side here, we do have a nice, and there goes my tripod. My tripod's broke, by the way, guys, so sorry about that. If you see it go like that, yeah, it's broke. What the heck, man? What the heck? Look at this, man. Just broke. I don't know what's going on. Hold on. All right. I think a ghost is playing with me. I don't know, guys. It's weird. I think a ghost is playing with me. But here we got Sabine Wren on the side. Like I said, you got the nice portrait of Sabine. And on the back, you do have a read-up, which I always love the read-ups. Let's read it. It says, Sabine Wren, set after the fall of the Empire, Ahsoka follows former Jedi Knight Ahsoka Tano as she investigates an emerging threat to a vulnerable galaxy. So it's funny, there's actually not a legit read-up on Sabine. So you can see it right here on the top. There's not an actual read-up on the character itself, but the actual show description. I think these Marvel Legends were supposed to come out before the show, but they just started hitting Targets and Walmarts and GameStops like right now. So let's get it open. There's no other point in talking. Let's get it open. And of course, the windowless packaging, or the window packaging, is back with this stuff. Forgot to mention that, but let's get it open. There's no point in talking about it. So here's what she looks like in the plastic prison itself. Throw it out to the side, and let's take it out. So there's a thing within a thing here. We'll throw that to the side. All right, let me pop these out here, and here's what she looks like without the plastic covering on the plastic prison. So let's pop one thing out one at a time. She comes with quite a bit. She comes with her helmet right here. She comes with 2 blasters. Let me get them out. I think they're taped in. Yes, they are. They are taped in. There's 1. There's 2. I'm really liking what I'm seeing with this Black Series. We'll talk about it. There's 2. She comes with a lightsaber, of course, which is Ezra Bridger's lightsaber. There's 3 accessories, and we pop out the figure. Here we go. She was tied up. There we go. All right, so we got the figure out of the package. She was a little tied up, but we got her out. So let me straighten her up here for a minute, and we'll get her on the display table, and we'll talk about it. All right, let me figure out the hands. Here we go. All right. So the first thing we always like to do here on the channel, of course, as you guys are well aware when we do these reviews, can she stand on her own? It's always a struggle for whatever reason. This is like particularly Hasbro products in particular I'm talking about here. For whatever reason, the women's figures, they don't like to stand. But this one, I will say, this one likes to stand. This one will stand. Just got to give it the right angle and the right, I guess, I don't know. All right, there she stands. All right. She passes the stand test. So that is A+ in my book right there. So, all right. So I guess now that she's standing, we'll move her to the side real quick. And now we will talk about... she want to stand? There, okay, she's standing. All right. So now we'll talk about the accessories. So first, let's start with the helmet. Helmet, of course, her Mandalorian helmet. Really cool, of course. You can go up and down with the, I guess, the aiming device that she has. That's what that's used for, I think. The back here, pretty nice. Got some gray, some bronze, some dark gray. Oh, man, it fell on the ground. Let me pick it up. It fell on the ground on me. All right, here we go. And I like it. I like it. And then we got two blasters, which I will say, let's talk about the blasters. They're two different blasters. So typically with Star Wars, your blasters are going to be the same. Like, for example, we opened Clone Commander Jesse like 3 or 4 days ago. His blasters are both the same. But here, just a small detail, the coloring of the blasters are different. So one's a silver and blue, and one is a silver and yellow, as you can see right here. So it's a small change, but a good, effective change nonetheless. So that is always good in my eyes. I always like when companies pay close attention to detail like that. So that is A+ in my eyes. And then, of course, the traditional lightsaber. This is the green lightsaber for Ezra Miller, of course. Or not Ezra Miller. Ezra Bridger. How did I say Ezra Miller? I'm talking about the freaking Flash actor. What the hell, man? Sorry if I said Ezra Miller before. I think I may have. I don't know. But needless to say, we have a lightsaber here for Ezra Bridger. Ezra Bridger is in the set, but it's not like what he looked like in the show. It's a weird version of him, so I'm not buying it. But here we got it. It's a little thick, I will say. This lightsaber is like a little thicker than other lightsabers. I don't know if this is intentionally or what, but it's not like as skinny as they used to be. So that's cool, I guess. And of course, there's the hilt and of course the neon green lightsaber. So we'll put those to the side for now. And let's focus on Sabine. So Sabine, fun fact, was probably my favorite character in Ahsoka. Dare I say over Ahsoka? I think so. Because Sabine's character arc in the show, I think, was probably the best character arc in the whole entire show. Of course, the whole point of her mission in this show, of course, spoiler alert if you don't want to know, is to get Ezra Bridger home. That's literally the whole entire point of this story for her, and I guess to become a Jedi, because she is now officially, I would like to think, a Mandalorian Jedi, which I believe is like the second time in history that's ever happened. The first time, if you're all you Star Wars lore people, was way before pre-Republic. So she is like the first, really officially, in the shows at least, the first Jedi Mandalorian. So that's pretty cool. So I like this figure, man. I do. So let's get into it. Of course, the front here. Let's just get into the head. I guess we will go helmet first, I guess. That's how I guess it's supposed to. And it fits on just like a glove. But honestly, genuinely, when I display this on my shelf, I'm probably going to have her like this, like maskless, because the majority of the show, she's without the helmet. Like about 75% of the show, she's without the helmet. So let's look at the head here. The head here, she has a purple haircut here. Of course, if you watch the show, she does cut her hair like the first episode, I think it was. And of course, there's the face scan. It looks like the actor, or the actress, I should say. I don't remember the actress's name off the top of my head, but it does definitely look like her. So, of course, now going down to the torso, we have a nice Mandalorian armor, some stripes, some orange stripes, some bronze stripes. So we have a whole chest plate here, front and back. On the back, there's like some purple and some red and yellow stripes. And it's like the color in person is like a gunmetal gray. And on one side, she has a blue shoulder pad, and on the one side, she has a Jedi logo on the other side. So two different chest, or what's it called, shoulder pads. That's always a pretty cool touch. I always like to close attention to detail. That's always what makes these figures good. You know, on one side here, she has on her wrist gauntlets some yellow markings of, I guess, just control panels and gray all the way around. Same thing goes on this side. It's literally the exact same thing, so there's not really much else to talk about there with that. And going down to the waist here, she has 2 holsters for her 2 blasters. On each side of her hips, it's like a very rusty brown look, and then she has some I guess pockets right there, I guess, on the satchel itself. Going down to the legs, she has, I guess, dark brown pants on. I think that's a dark brown. It's like a maroon red kind of at the same time. It looks a little off to me, not gonna lie. It looks a little off compared to the show, because I think in the show it was like a defiant brown color, but here it's like a maroon reddish brown. But either way, it looks fine to me. But either way, she has a knee pad on one side that's like a velvet red, and the other side's like a yellow and a little bit of a blue color. And then going down to the boots, again, boots are 2 different colors. She has 1 boot with some red markings. It's hard to tell, but you can kind of see the red markings on the shin right there. And then on the other side, she has a yellow and maroon boot with a yellow and red marking on the shoe itself. And I guess let's go over movement. Let's go over movement now. It's literally the last thing we could do. So head all the way around, look up, look down. Let's try it with the mask on, because I know people are going to want to ask. Look up, look down. All right, do that. You can do the whole way around. So no movement issues there in the head. She can go all the way up with her elbows. That's always nice. She has no bicep swivel, but a swivel in the shoulder. She has pinless elbows. That's always good. Pinless elbows. She has a wrist swivel on each side. So that's always good as well. And of course, pinless elbows on each. So that's always good. Movement in the waist. She has like a upper chest swivel. No swivel in the actual thigh or the thigh itself. All the movement is going to come up from, I guess, the belly button up in this instance, which, I mean, it's all right. Don't really matter to me. And then the splits, you can literally go full 180 splits. Probably the best figure in terms of splits that I've seen in a while with any Hasbro product. Knee, pinless knee, movement in the boots, pretty good. Left to right and down, pretty big, pretty far down right there. You can see that's a pretty good movement. So overall, I will say this. I am actually very impressed with this not Marvel Legend, but Star Wars Black Series. I am actually pretty impressed with this figure. I think this might be, honestly, I don't know if I'm going to go as far as limit as saying my favorite, but this is probably one of my more top 10 favorite Black Series figures that I own. For one, I love the accessories. The accessories with this make the figure. Of course, I guess we'll put the lightsaber in her hand, so just mind me while I get it off camera. It should be trouble for me to do it on camera. So I like the accessories. They gave you 4 accessories with this figure, and yes, I will call the helmet an accessory, because at the end of the day, you don't need the helmet on. Like I said in the show itself, she has her helmet off like about 80% of the time. Only for a couple fight scenes towards the end there, and in the pretty beginning, does she actually have her helmet on. So I'm probably going to display it something like this, with a blaster in the other hand, probably, looking that way maybe. Yeah, this figure is good, man. This figure is good. I wished it would have came with a force push hand, but again, that may have been a spoilery, kinda, for anyone who hasn't watched the show. Clearly, the read-up on the back of the box tried to prevent every spoiler as possible. So it probably indicates to me that they try to make this figure out before the actual show came out itself. I don't know. It looks weird like that. I'm not going to lie, because there's a big gap right there. So I don't know. I think I'm going to probably... that doesn't look bad. I'm probably going to display it like this, with a blaster in her hand like this. I also love how they gave her 2 blasters that are 2 different colors. The mold is exactly the same for every figure or for every blaster, but it's just the coloring that's different. And the coloring, just small little details, man. Small little details. I really do like this figure, man. I don't know how I'm going to display it, maybe like this. or something like that. But this is awesome. I do like this figure. It has a little trouble standing, but if you do it and look, if you do it the right way, like that, like that right there. I mean, come on now. I mean, come on now. This is awesome. You cannot tell me this is not awesome. And of course, we do have other figures from this wave or down the line coming out. I have to imagine an updated Ezra, spoiler alert, Thrawn, Balin Skull, R.I.P. the actor. He's no longer with us, unfortunately, but we're getting him. We're getting his apprentice in the set. I'd imagine we're getting the witches from the show. If you've watched the show, you know what I mean. So honestly, there's a lot of good stuff here, man. I like this. This is probably my favorite Black series I have reviewed so far. I mean, we've only reviewed two. We reviewed Clone Commander Jesse. But I like this, man. This is good. This is good. The accessories, the two different color blasters, the overall just vibrance of her character itself, the helmet. I mean, there's a lot to be had here. So I'm going to give this figure, honestly, a 9.5. A 9.5 does it for me on this. I really enjoy this. The lightsaber, of course, she adapted it as her own in the show. If you watch the show, you'll understand what I mean by that. You know, but it's awesome. I like this figure. So overall, I'm going to give this figure a 9.5. This is probably one of my favorite figures, the Star Wars-wise, that I have in my collection. It could be biased because I just got it today, but I like it. So, guys, let me know what you think about Sabine Wren. Do you have this figure? I don't know how many people do. Like, this literally just came out. Like, it's hitting the stores right now. Found it at GameStop. And if you want this, try to go to your GameStop. I guarantee they probably have it or had it at one point. So, guys, let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video.